Hello, everybody. It's Araya K. Draken, the medieval crafter, but you can call me Araya. Now, this is my first episode, so we're going to start a brand new survival world. I'm just going to hit the play button, create new world. Now, we're not going to put any texture packs on for this first series. It's just going to be organic, just vanilla. We're working with the default Pocket Edition settings. Starting map and bonus chest are on. The starting map will give us a map with which we can, map our surroundings so we don't get lost. Another thing we're going to do so that we don't get lost is we're going to turn on this funny little tab here called Show Coordinates. And while that may seem like a bit of a cheat, I'm going to tell you right now it's not. It just tells us where we are and makes it a little easier to find diamonds later on. And I'll show you how. So now, see how nothing else is turned on? We're not even using cheats or anything. I'm just going to hit the create button and we will get started. Now, I have not looked at this. I put nothing in the seed, so I have no idea where we're going to end up. But once we spawn in, we'll see our biome, and there we are. So we're on a plains biome, right near a nice little lake. I might even just settle here because that's a perfect spot for a garden. But first thing we're going to do here is we're going to create maps, so we have a bullet point of where we are. Ooh, there's a desert behind us. That's nice. We may want to go look at that red spot, see if it's a ravine. We're going to grab these torches real quick so that they're the first thing in our inventory. And now that we have those, we're going to open our chest and grab our tools and any bread or apples they gave us. And then we can just close the chest and chop it up and collect everything else. Alright. Our next step is to build a base of operations. Now, like I said before, this is the perfect spot for a little garden, though I may want to fill in these holes. Maybe not fill them in entirely, but cover them up so that we have more space to garden with. So I think what we're going to do first and foremost is build the house. Now, I'm going to see... Ooh! Oh, it's a village! Oh, I love that! That's awesome. Okay, that settles it. I'm building a castle tower and I will be the ruler of these villagers. So, change of plans. The first thing we're doing is we're stealing everything out of the village chests. Now, you'll see most of these houses are like this. They've got one door on the side with the stripped logs. They're not going to have anything in them except a bed and maybe a stair, and that's useless to us right now. So we're going to completely ignore those houses and move on to better examples of lootable things. Like down this street, I think. Yeah, we have two houses here with double doors. Or nope, this is a fisherman's cabin. Which is cool, it has a barrel, but the barrel's not going to have anything in it. So we're actually going to go to this double door house over here. And woo! Okay, we're going to help a boy out here and cover that up so no villagers die. See, these houses will have a chest in it, and emeralds are the best! Alright, more apples, more bread. We have a book, which is always good. Saplings are interesting because you may need them, you may not need them. It depends. But there we go. That's that house. Ooh. Oh, now I'm stuck. That's fun. Let's just... Yeah. So we're going to come over this way and check over the other houses in the village to see what's in them. And so this house over here, this is actually like a barn. So there's going to be animals in it and a little water trough thing. And we've got some sheep and cattle in here, which is cool. Shoot. There we go. There we go. Now, this house can either be a cartographer's station or a useless little bedroom like this one is. Again, if it's just got a bed in it, it's not doing you any good. I think we have a couple more single door spaces. This one, with the not strip looks, is just going to have stone stairs. That's another fisherman's cabin. And we're coming up on another corner of the village with a double door cottage. Lots of apples, lots of potatoes, and some saplings. Not the best, not the worst either. Let's keep going. So when you're living in a village like this, one of your first priorities has to be to fortify it. Otherwise, the villagers will die. One of the best ways to make sure your villagers won't die while you're waiting for them to have your village fortified is to just block them in their houses. In order to do that, you're going to need some of your wood. And just at night, while they're all in their beds, tunk, put that right there. They won't go anywhere. But that's not right now. We need them to be able to access these beds in order to block them in here later. But this house, this double-decker house, is a little more interesting. If you go upstairs, there's, first of all, another 2 beds, and then there's a chest. See, we got some potatoes, some apples, some bread. Again, not the best, but not the worst. We're just going to keep moving through the village, see what else we find. Now, there's another barn over there. It's a completely different style, but it's cute. These little peach concrete or pink terracotta houses have these cute little seating areas they've got set up, but they're just as useless as any of the other one-door houses. They're not going to have anything in them. At least not in a plains biome house. Well, at least not in a plains biome like this one. One-door houses have a chance to have a chest in them in other biomes, but unfortunately for us, not this one. So they're always worth checking, but they're not worth fussing over. So we've got villagers of, it seems like, all professions here, except maybe a blacksmith, which is what we really want. Now, this is a leather worker, as you can tell by the cauldron outside the front, and that's going to have a chest right inside the door. See, we've got a little bit of armor and another piece of bread. That's good. That's good. Now, what you really hope for in any of these chests is emeralds. That's really what we're going for. But sometimes there are no emeralds, and that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta be okay with the fact that there might not be any emeralds. So that looks like the end of the village there. So now we've got to pick a place to put our Tower of Oppression. I'm thinking this nice flat area on the corner of the village, and we can kind of use it as a starting place for a wall. But whenever you're building like in a village or near a village enough like this, you've got to make sure that you're using iron doors. I have to use iron doors with levers because I can't use buttons appropriately. Which means we're going to need some iron. Isn't that right, buddy? Tell the audience we need iron. Alright, he's not talking. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get some wool from these sheep in the only way we can right now, and that is to kill them. Don't bother killing baby animals, as they do not give any drops. It's not worth it. I'm going to grab 3 pieces of wool by killing 3 sheep. And then we're going to start building. quick note, now that I have the wool, I'm going to run over to where we were before and see if I can find those blue flowers again. Because if I can have a blue or a purple bed with maybe some of these red flowers too, instead of like a plain gray bed or something else pouring, there are the flowers, then that'll be much nicer. So there we go. 2 blue. And we're just gonna take some of the red flowers from the other side of the village. Hop, hop. And here we are with the red flowers. 1 and 2. And we're gonna turn these real quick into dyes. And dye all our wool this nice purple color. Make ourselves a crafting bench. And set up for the night. Now we're going to be building our tower over here in this flat portion, so our base of operations is going to be right here. We've got our crafting table. We've got our bed. And we've got our chest. And I'm going to put a furnace here too. Alright. Good night. And it's morning. Welcome back. So, the first thing we're going to do in the process of this is we're going to build the first floor of the tower in wood. Now, we're going to want to make it excuse me. We're going to want to make it out of stone. Probably stone bricks later. But for now, wood will do. And besides, we're going to need a lot of wood later. Whoa. Creeper! So creepers are little green things about 2 blocks high that are very, very sneaky. Sometimes you can't even see them until they're right behind you. Example. And they blow up. Now, that hurts. You know, being blown up. So you take damage. Luckily, we were wearing a little bit of armor, and he blew up a little farther away from us than it usually will. So we didn't take too much damage, but you can see the amount of damage that caused by this hole. Now, there are a bunch of things in Minecraft would want to kill you. One of those being spiders. Now, this spider isn't after me right now because it's daytime. They're non-hostile during the day. But if I were to attack him, now he's after me. They'll also attack you unprovoked at night. So just steer clear of spiders unless it's daytime and you have the advantage. Now, some of you might be asking why we need all this wood for fortifying the village and building our house. Well, for building our house, just to block out where it's going to be, yeah, it's a little rough. But, the reason we're doing it this way is because it's what we have right now. Once we have the bottom floor of our house in place, I'll make a mine shaft down inside the house, and we can get started that way. So, here we are. Here's our build site. We're going to take a minute, and when I have the first circle down, I'll show it to you from a bird's eye view. I'll probably climb up on some sort of pillar. Alright. So another thing we're going to do really quick is we're going to clear all this grass. Because while grass is okay in its own, grass provides seeds. And seeds are what's used to grow wheat, etc. So, what we need right now is some kind of circular pattern. And all we're going to do is we're going to start by making a line. Our line's going to be, 7 pixels to start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're just going to off branch from that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then there. No, that's wrong. Hold on, guys. I'll be back when I have the circle done. So the thing about circles is your pattern has to match up exactly or it won't look right. So let's pillar up and see how that looks before we go to hit the hay for the night. And look at that. Circles in Minecraft. Whoop-de-doo. Alright. Let's climb down from here, go to bed, and in the morning, we'll continue. Alright, as the sun rises in the east, we begin again. So I'm just going to add a second layer to this and put in some temp doors. And the only reason we're putting in temporary wooden doors is so that I can feel secure and safe from the mobs while we do a spot of mining to get the actual material we're going to be building this tower out of, which is, of course, as I mentioned earlier, stone. Another thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take out all this grass and replace it with a better floor. I'm thinking maybe jungle wood, considering we have the saplings, but we don't have any bone meal as of yet, so I'm going to have to plant that, now. Before we go mining, anyway. And we ran out of oak, so we're switching to birch, and it doesn't look good, but again, this is just temporary, so that we have the shape until we're ready to go. Our other temporary door is going to go in this side. And the other thing, again, with these is we are going to replace them with iron doors later, just so the villagers can't get through. If I had thought this out, I would have made it either a slightly smaller or a slightly bigger circle, so I could put double doors in, but whatever. Let's grab let's grab all our junk from over here and put it in the house. And we can get started with our mine. So what we're going to end up doing to fortify our village is we're going to be making a sort of palisade. So if you've ever seen those wooden side towers that sort of circle older style fortifications, yeah, that's what we're building for the villagers. Only it'll be made out of fences and planks instead of very tall logs, because that's just wasteful in Minecraft to use logs to build pretty much anything, because you can cover 4 times the amount of space with a plank. And even though fences seem a little wasteful, it allows us to see what's going on outside without the mobs getting inside. And yes, that can be a very real problem. I will make sure to put some fence gates around the outside so not our only escape the village isn't through our tower, because that's just poor design. Okay, we're finally getting down deep enough into this mine shaft that putting down a torch might be advisable. Now that we're down to level 56, I will come back when we reach level 11. The reason we use Y level 11, or at least the reason I use it, is because that's where the lava table is. Now, you've heard of the water table in real life, where water settles below the surface, and if you dig far enough down, like when you're building a well, you'll eventually hit water. Well, Minecraft has a lava table. Literal magma. Deep under the earth. And level 11 is about where it settles, usually. So if we're mining on level 11, we are less likely to accidentally just run into lava. Unless, of course, you're an idiot, like me. But the likelihood of hitting lava on accident goes down. And that's good for our safety. The other reason is because that's where we can find diamonds. Between levels 0 and 15. And level 11 sits comfortably in the middle of that. So now we're almost there. We're only going to go down a couple more layers. Now, once we get there, the next step will be to make a strip mine. Or a branch mine. And that will allow us to find diamonds more quickly using up less durability on our pickaxe. Well, there's a sticky problem. It's a piece of redstone. Alright, we're going to have to come back to this in a minute after I get an iron pick, which shouldn't be too long because there's iron right here. Now, there are certain materials which cannot be mined with certain tools. Stone can be mined with any tool. Well, any pickaxe, rather. Coal can be mined with any pickaxe. Iron can be mined with any pickaxe that's stone or better. And lapis is the same. But if you want redstone, gold, or diamonds, you need an iron pickaxe or a diamond pickaxe. There's no substitute for that. As it's nighttime, we're gonna sleep real quick to make sure our villagers don't die. And you may be wondering why I just put... Well, as I do it, you will be wondering, why did she just put cobblestone in the furnace? And the reason for this is simple. And as I explained, I'm going to plant some jungle saplings so we have the wood to work with for flooring later. Once we turn our cobblestone into regular stone, which is what we mined it from in the first place, we can then combine them in order to make stone bricks, which will look much better for our tower. Now, we're actually going to stay above ground today, working on the fortifications for our village. And making sure our villagers don't just up and die on us. The first thing we're going to need is wood. A lot of wood. We're going to need wooden blocks. We're going to need wooden fences. And we're going to need wooden slabs. Now, what we're doing is we're just going to build a perimeter fence with a couple gatehouses here and there to make sure that the villagers can't get out, but we can. There's something to remember about these is they aren't foolproof. Every now and again, your village will be raided by zombies, whether or not you lit it up well enough, or whether or not you had a fence. Because zombies spawn in groups within a village every now and again. It's just part of their spawn mechanic, no matter how well lit up it is. And while that can be frustrating, it's just important to remember that it happens, and it's not because you didn't build well enough or didn't light it up well enough. Something else we're going to do during the course of this episode is I want to get some extra villager professions going. A couple of villager professions I didn't see in here were the armorer, the toolsmith, the weaponsmith, and the butcher. All of those can be valuable additions to your village. Another one I didn't see was the librarian. And again, the librarian can be very valuable. But you have to remember that the backbone of your villager society will, in fact, be the humble farmer. You can grow crops, which you can sell to him. And you can grow, and he will sell you various types of food. And we have our first stone bricks fresh out of the furnace. I'm going to take a quick minute and replace some of these blocks around the bottom of the tower with the stone bricks so we can use them in our village fortification instead. Another thing we're going to have to do is make the fences. Now, the fences aren't that hard. You need to make the wood into planks and turn some of those planks into sticks, like so. And then you just put your planks on either side and your sticks in the middle, and you have fences. Once you have as many fences as you can make in a go, take some time and make some slabs. I'm only going to make 36 for now because I want us to actually be able to finish what we start. So first things first, we're going to pick a starting place for this to go from. I'm going to pick here. So block, fence, half slab. Now I actually got this idea from another YouTuber, LD Shadow Lady, from one of her One Life videos. And I found it works pretty well to defend villages as well. You want to keep your fence as close cut to the village as you can. So that way if something unfortunate happens, like, say, a raid, you don't end up shortcut. You don't end up with pillagers in your village doing things you don't want them doing. Now, you notice that I was just able to place a half slab while I was standing on top of the fence post that I put it on. That's because the half slab only adds imaginary height to our fence. It doesn't add any actual height. The fences already have that extra half slab of space, plus programming to make it impossible for players or mobs to jump over them. It's just a matter of adding that extra layer of security. Now that we've run out of planks, we're going to go back to our house and replace more of the wood from the sides with our stone bricks. And I'll get back to you when I finish another chunk of wall. At this point, I've run out of half slabs and it's night, so I'm going to give this a rest for a minute. And we'll go back to mining because now I have an iron pick. But, yeah. Let's just sleep for now to make sure our villagers stay alive. And that'll also get rid of the rain, which is nice. And without rain or darkness to cover them, any zombies or otherwise that are in the vicinity will start to burn. Unfortunately, some things don't burn. So like the skeleton over there, completely burnt. This creeper, not going to burn. But if killed, we'll drop gunpowder. Now if we check over here where the skeleton burned to death, we'll find its loot drops, which in this case is a single arrow. Not very impressive, but still. So we're down here in the mines looking for coal and getting our way down to level 11 again. And I managed to find some more iron. And I wanted to record that, well, show you guys me recording it so that you know I didn't cheat in any of this stuff, even though I showed you cheats off and whatnot. Settings can be messed with from anywhere in the game, so I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what was up. And I also thought maybe you guys would like to be there when we finally broke through to level 11, which isn't going to be long. It's going to take maybe another minute. Now that we have this iron pick, I can just blast through that redstone, and we keep going. This is actually the last layer. There we go. Now we're at level 11. You'll see in a minute. Yep, there we are. Level 11. Doesn't seem like much, does it? But, here soon, we're going to expand this into a 3-wide segment and start a real strip mine. First, I want to dig all the way until I hit 320 on the final coordinate in the set. 1, 2, 3, third coordinate. When that says 320, then I will show you guys again. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Those are diamonds! Oh my goodness! We don't even have full iron armor yet, and we already have our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diamonds! Oh my goodness! That is enough diamonds so that we can make a pickaxe and an enchanting table and even something else. This is brilliant, guys. This is brilliant. Okay, I'm still going to cut through to, there we go, 320. We're here. This is going to be the end of our main tunnel for now until we run out of places to mine. But we have our first diamonds in the first episode. This is awesome. I'm going to head back upstairs and put those safe in the chest, so no matter what happens down here, our diamonds are safe. Alright, see you on the surface. Alright guys, with our diamonds safely in our chest, this is where we're going to end the video. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.